Australia and Pakistan are engaged in a test series. This is happening in Australia, and Pakistan doesn't have too many fond memories of touring Australia. Their last two series have been whitewashes. It is a difficult terrain to contest, in no doubt. And while the threat when it comes to playing the Aussies in Australia is more often the pace battery, this time the biggest threat has been Nathan Lyon. What a journey Lyon has had, from the most modest beginnings of being a groundsman who took care of pitches and grounds to joining the elite 500 wickets club. It is indeed an incredible one, and looks like there is no stopping him. Earlier, cricket enjoyed the rivalry between Warne, Anil Kumble and Muttiah Muralitharan. Now with Nathan Lyon and Ashwin being up there when it comes to test cricket, it is a delicious battle that will always hold a special place amidst all the mad T20 mayhem.
Australia stamped its authority already in the first test against Pakistan. One man stood tall in that win. Australian off-spinner Nathan Lyon notched up a landmark achievement. He dismissed Pakistan's Fahim Ashraf to claim his 500th test wicket. It didn't stop at that. He knocked off Amir Jamal in the same over to breach that mark. Now he's part of an elite list that has only 7 others who've achieved this feat. The 36-year-old veteran is part of the club that has legends like Muralitharan, Warne, Anil Kumble, Glenn McGrath, James Anderson, to name some. Lyon had to review the decision by the umpire to get the landmark wicket. And seconds after the decision was overturned, he was surrounded by all his teammates to celebrate what was a historic moment for Lyon and Australia. His teammates patted his head and hugged him for reaching a milestone mark in Test cricket. Before the match at Perth, Lyon said he wished to continue playing until Australia's next Ashes, where they will travel to the UK in 2027.
I'm not putting a number on it. I want to play cricket for as long as I can. Haven't won in India, haven't won in England. That's 2 places that I want to do. So with the injury happening a couple of months ago, I feel like there's a passion there to keep going and keep trying to get better.
This just reflects Lyon's commitment to the game without being constrained by numerical benchmarks or numbers. He wants to keep playing till the desire exists. With his impressive record and back-to-back fifers in matches, Lyon might soon surpass his compatriot Glenn McGrath, who scalped 563 wickets. His teammates who've seen him up close know how much effort he's put in. And there's a certain key skill set that they say separates him from the rest of his peers.
I mean, one thing he's been very good at is just his continued skill at his main skill. That his ability, he's got a natural ability, a very gifted ability of bowling a very good off-spin ball. The amount of revs he gets, it's almost impossible for anyone else to get that amount of revs. So that skill alone is almost unteachable. I mean, it's very hard. I've played with a lot of off-spinners, and there's no one that can get that shape on the ball with that sort of 45-degree angle seam.
That brings us to where he stands amongst the Aussies after picking up 500 wickets. He's just the 3rd Australian to reach the milestone after Warne and McGrath. But that's not all. He's only the 4th spinner, along with Muttiah Muralitharan, the late Warne and Anil Kumble, to achieve this milestone. He's the leading wicket-taker in World Test Championship. He now has a whopping 23 5-wicket hauls in his career. He's also one of 6 players alone to feature in 100 consecutive tests for their respective teams. Earlier this year, he missed the Ashes for the first time in a decade. This list of achievements is incredible. Almost 2 decades ago, the cricket fraternity witnessed a legendary rivalry, Warne versus Muttiah Muralitharan. 20 years on, there seems to be a similar one brewing between Lyon and Ashwin.
And how does he compare with Ravi Ashwin?
Different sets of skills. I think Nathan Lyon's off-spin delivery is better. But, I mean, they both have their strengths and weaknesses, obviously. Ash has played a lot in the subcontinent, so he knows those conditions well. He knows how to get wickets when there isn't bounce available. And I mean, but you look at Nathan Lyon's last outing in the subcontinent, and he was very, very good. Very good, like the amount of spin, changing his angles on the crease, stuff. They're just different sets of skills. And I think that's just a product of different conditions.
Perhaps if Lyon didn't suffer a calf injury, the 500th wicket would have come in earlier. The men's Ashes series wouldn't have ended in a 2-all draw either. But now, 6 months on, he's back up on his feet on his home soil, ready to keep the fans counting the remarkable moments he's bound to create.